Hello, friends. This one is going out to all of you who are dealing with any catastrophic fantasies this week, whether they're about the elections or anything else. Here's what I've got. This week is Parashat Vayera, in the middle of the book of Genesis. And in some ways, this parasha showcases the moral heights and lows in the life of Avraham Avinu, our forefather Abraham. And there's two particular moments that I want to highlight. One is in chapter 18 when he argues for the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. Hashem appears to him, tells him or mentions in front of him the intent to destroy these cities, and Avram steps forward and argues for the sake of the potential innocent to avert destruction, which we often talk about as this great moral model. Now, the thing we don't often talk about is that functionally he fails. He gets up the next morning, and what does he see when he goes to the spot where he argued? He sees the smoldering ruins of those cities, because even though he argued Hashem down to saving the cities for the sake of 10 righteous individuals, there weren't 10, and so the cities were destroyed. And Avraham's moral imagination may or may not suffer because of this. It is certainly a setback. But he had that moment of arguing, which brings me to the next moment that I think is so important, much later in the parasha, in Genesis 22, when he has responded to the call to sacrifice his son Yitzchak and brought him up Mount Moriah, and has him bound on the altar and has the knife lifted over him. Some of you heard me talk about this on Yom Kippur. And he hears the call, Hineni, is what he responds. I am here. And he is able, even having decided to go through with this terrifying action of sacrificing his son, he's able to hear the call that says, nope, there's another way. Stop. And Gersonides, one of our famous medieval sages, says this is actually the height of Avram's moral brilliance. Not that he argued for Sodom and Gomorrah, not that he was willing to sacrifice his son, but that even being willing to sacrifice his son, he kept his mind open to the possibility of another future and was able to hear that call when it came. And so that is our task. It is very easy to look at the here and now results of our efforts and feel like we failed. Maybe there's no use trying anything. And true moral brilliance is the recollection that there are or may be possibilities that we have not imagined, that are different from the course of action that seems clear to us. Some of you have heard me say sometimes faith is not so much the sureness that things will be all right, but the doubt that our most catastrophic fantasies will come to be, our openness to the idea that something other than our catastrophic fantasies will come to be. And to me, that's the essence of what it means to be a descendant of Avraham and Sarah, is to be open to the divine possibilities in this world, even when it seems really horrible, even when we are frightened. So I invite you to open your minds to what may yet be possible, no matter what happens this week.